You want me to what? Teach us how to play chess. Come on, please. I was unaware that you two were interested in such things. Oh, but we are. It sounds like such a fun game, doesn't it, Lana? Eh, doesn't it, Lana? Yeah, super fun. Just be transparent with me. Ugh, fine. Lana and I are trying to earn our Bluebell Chessmaster patch. Don't ask us why it's a thing. We have no clue either. I suppose I've heard of worse concepts for a merit badge. And on a related note, I've heard of worse reasons for intellectual pursuits. Very well. I shall teach you two how to play one of my favorite prepackaged recreational pastimes, street name board games. Yay! Thank you, Lisa. My only hope is that you two don't make me regret this decision. A moment, if you please. So, you've been playing this game since you were Lily's age, right? Affirmative. And you never lost? Actually, I humbly admit that I have but one failure on my record when it comes to chess. What? But you're super smart and stuff. Who'd you lose to? Guess. Len. It simply boggles my mind that our athletic elder sibling struggles with basic algebra, yet she knows what the en passant rule is. What now? It, is there gonna be a test? Not to worry, my twin elder siblings. That technique really comes into play. You don't have you don't have to learn you don't have to learn it to win you don't have to learn it to win at chess. Ah, here we are. Wow, that sure is a lot of pieces, Lise. Are you sure we've got enough people to play? Whatever whatever do you mean? Chess is a game for only two players. With that many pieces? I don't think we'd use all of them, even if the entire family and all our pets played. Ah, I see. I see where this confusion is coming from. Think of it this way. Both players take command of a different army. One side controls the white pieces, the other side controls the black pieces. Oh! Now, I feel the best way to explain the game is to go over each of the pieces in turn. This here is a pawn. It's so cute! I want to dress you up in a tiny bowler hat and a bow tie. Please refrain from doing so. As I was saying, pawns are considered to be the most expendable pieces on the board. They can only move forward in only one space at a time. But they're blocking all the other pieces. Are you saying all those other guys have to wait for the pawns to move their slow butts before they can do anything? Well, yes and no. I'll be sure to elucidate as we continue. Now, there are a couple of expectations to the pawn's movement. If a particular pawn has not been moved on a prior turn, it can move 2 spaces forward instead of 1. Why can't they just move like that all the time? I don't make the rules, Lana. That's just how the game works. Now let me explain the other exception. If if an opponent's piece sits on space that is directly diagonal to the pawn's forward movement, the pawn can move to that square and capture the opposing piece. But wait, now that pawn is blocking the other pawn from moving. Why would you want to do that? True, this kind of maneuver is not always ideal. However, there are times when it can be useful or even necessary. It all depends on your own strategy and that of your opponent. Sounds to me like the pawns are just a bunch of jerks who get in the way of everything. Well, there's a reason I called them the most expendable. Even so, it would be wise not to underestimate them. Now, let's move on. This this here is a rook. Lise, do your glasses need fixing? Pardon? I assure you my corrective lenses are functioning perfectly. You sure about that? 'Cause, that doesn't look like a rook to me. Yeah, it looks more like a castle. Yes, some people colloquially refer to it as a castle, but most people call it a rook. Which people? Blind people or just people who've never seen a bird before? Look, if it makes it less confusing, we'll just call it a castle, okay? Now, the castle can move as far as it wants, but I'm sorry. Did I say something humorous? No. It's nothing. Please continue. As I was saying, the castle can move. Okay, what exactly is so funny? Sorry, Lisa. It's just, come on, you can't be serious. You're the ones who came to me wishing to learn how to play chess. Why would I not be serious? 'Cause even Lana and I know that castles can't move. That's just silly. Yes, quite the jape, you two. I am barefit of ribs. Look, how about this? Just pretend that the castle is being carried by a flock of rooks. Whoa, so that's why it's called a rook? Yes, sure. Let's go with saying that. As I was saying, the rooks can carry the castle as far as they are able, but they can only move it horizontally or vertically. Not with those pawns in the way, they can't. Why don't the rooks just fly over the pawns? Because the castle is too heavy, okay? Ah, sweet Stephen Hawking on a tricycle. I can't believe I'm resorting to such obtuse thought exercises simply to explain the rules of chess. It's not our fault the game makes no sense. I choose not to dignify that. Let's move on. This piece is a knight. Okay, now you're just messing with us. Yeah, how dumb do you think we are? That's clearly a pony. No, wait. Look, it it's meant to represent a form of mounted combat. Street name cavalry. Oh yeah? Where's the little guy that goes on the horse? There isn't one. Sculpting a miniature figurine depicting a medieval soldier simply to make the representation of the knight more accurate would be both tedious and wholly unnecessary. Can't be that hard. I've seen some of Lincoln's action figures. They can get pretty small. This is a plain piece in one of the most iconic board games in history. Not an action figure. Okay, sheesh, calm down. Apologies. I did not mean to lose my temper like that. It's just you're not making this easy for me. We're sorry, Lisa. We really do want to we we really do want to learn this stuff. Honest. Yeah, if anyone can help us get our chess master patches, it's you. I've gathered that much. Very well. I shall preserve. But not only because I cannot help but admire your genuine curiosity. Thanks, Lise. So, are we gonna pretend there's a little guy on the horse's back, just like with the castle being carried by the rooks? If it makes things easier for you, then by all means. Now, the knight is very much unlike the other pieces. It can only move in a specific pattern. Let me demonstrate. Wait, it just jumped over the pawns. You didn't say we could do that. That's because bypassing the other pieces is an ability exclusive to the knights. It's representative of medieval flanking maneuvers. Huh? I'm sure you'll learn about it once your educators see fit to add medieval Europe in their lesson plan. For now, just understand that the knight can only move in this particular L-shaped pattern. That doesn't really look like an L, unless I've been doing all my macaroni alphabet homework wrong. Perhaps this will help you remember. 1, 2, turn. 1, 2, turn. Oh, I see now. It's like my pageant routine. It is? Sure, just watch. 2 steps forward, turn, and wave. 2 steps forward, turn, and wave. A bit unorthodox, but if relating the knight's movement to your choreographed performances helps you, who am I to judge? Now, let's move on. This is a bis hop. Aww, looks like he's wearing a pointy hat. So cute. Quite astute, my regal elder sibling. This particular design is meant to represent the typical attire of bishops, who are senior members of the Christian clergy in charge of dispensing holy orders. Are you sure there isn't going to be a test? No, there is no test. I suppose the origins of the pieces, while fascinating their own right, are irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, the bis hop is very much like the castle, in in that it can traverse in the board as far as it is able. However, the castle can only move vertically or horizontally. The bis hop can move diagonally. Doesn't look like it can move anywhere to me. Not with those stupid pawns in the way. Yes, Lana. We've already established that the pawns prevent the other pieces from moving. There's no need to reiterate that point. Besides, how could you hate such cutie patooties? There's a cute little munchkin. You are. Black. Just move on, Lace. Certainly. This here is a queen. Wait a second. There are queens in this game? Affirmative. And truth be told, I think you'll like this particular piece, Lola. The queen is considered to be the most powerful and versatile piece in the game. It can traverse the entire board with practical impunity. What's more, it can move in any direction you choose. Ooh, me likey. Yeah, that does sound pretty awesome. Ooh, Can it jump over the pieces like the knight? Alas, no. This one power the queen does not possess. As I've started earlier, that skill is exclusive to the knight. So that means until the stupid pawns get out of the way, it can't go anywhere. Okay, I must ask, why is this such a sticking point for you? Yes, it may appear that the pawns are an obstacle to the player, but they're really not. All it means is that you must plan your movements strategically. But that sounds like boring egghead stuff. You know I'm not good at that. No need to sell yourself short, Lana. I believe your mental capacity is more than sufficient to properly play chess. And that goes for Lola too. You just need to exercise a bit of patience, that's all. I guess. So, is that all the pieces? Not quite. There is one more, and it is the most important piece of the game. More important than the queen? Surely you're joking. This is the king. Allow me to elucidate. I'm not. Allow me to elucidate. This is the king. The object of the game is to place him in a position where he cannot move without being captured by the opponent. So where can he move? Like the king can move in any direction. Unlike the queen, however, it can only move one space at a time. So, the queen runs around and does all the work while the king just sits there and does nothing? That doesn't sound fair. Ugh. Sometimes I truly loathe the excess of political correctness in our culture. Look, this game was created during a time when kings were seen as the most important figures in the land. That's simply how things worked back then. It's not a reflection of our current state of affairs, nor is it trying to advocate for any sort of social political agenda. Okay, you just said a lot of words. Yeah, and I think I only understood about half of them. In layman's terms, it's merely a game. There's no use fretting over every minute detail. Okay, okay. So can we start playing? Well, I've already covered the basics. I suppose I can spectate a match between you two and see if you've managed to retain anything I've taught you. Sounds good. So, where's the die? Beg pardon? Well, we've got to figure out who goes first. I can't believe I have to explain this, but there's no dice in this game. However, I can easily solve this quandary. Each of you pick a hand. Whoever picks the white pawn will go first. Wait, why the white pawn? Because in chess, the person controlling the white pieces always goes first. So basically never play this game with Clyde. Oh, for the love of again, I must reiterate that this game is not trying to advance of any sort of social political agenda. Yeah, we still don't know what that means. It means there's no cause to feel uncomfortable about the rules, and it is perfectly acceptable to play this game with Clyde. Now pick a hand. Okay, sheesh. You can be so touchy sometimes. I picked that one. Lola, you'll go first. Yes, in your face, Lana. Hey, no fair! I didn't get to pick. There were only two choices, dingus. You snooze, you lose. Don't call me a dingus. You're a dingus. You take that back. Make me. Again. Why do I bother? Oh, why do I bother to try? Why do I try to bother?